well, I guess I'm live, but I could just make this a regular video and just post it. So I already got a video recorded for whenever that gets around to posting, but right now we're working on the last couple loads of manure to clean out of this outside lot at Rockville. I mean, who would have thought doubling the number of cows that are out here would create that much more fertilizer it's got to get hauled. Hey, Jared. Oh, going through too much of the caffeinated beverages. Oh well, it's not good for me, but it's not the worst thing I could be drinking. So that special item is being delivered soon, and I'm not going to talk about that, so I should just avoid that topic. Things are going good. It's winter, and I don't want to say staying busy, because that's what I felt like we used to do when we were milking cows, but we're doing work that legitimately needs to get done. How's that? And normally we avoided hauling manure too much in the fall, in the past, not the fall, just because, you know, the manure spreader we got is what it is, but sometimes you just got to get manure hauled, and a different spreader is on the list of things to buy, but I'm pretty well equipment purchase out. You know, I didn't buy the this tractor that's coming by any means, but I got enough other stuff going on right now that it's not even fun to talk about. Oh, it is greasy out, Dale. Front wheel assist. Typically, to get around the winter, you get away with being out in this stuff, but I'm actually spinning out all four wheels in this thing when I'm unloaded. At least when I got load on the back end, the extra weight on the rear tires is keeping me moving. Plus, it helps I'm going downhill with where I'm hauling it. But I didn't really think that we were going to be dealing with as much mud as we are today. They were calling for like an inch of snow, but it just didn't get really cold. But they're calling for 3 inches on Friday. So I mean, I guess there's that to look forward to when we get back to winter. Hey, old timer Dave. Everybody say hi to our moderator here. How's your driveway holding up with the new crossing? It's not holding up. We got the crossing in, but I gotta build the dirt up. You guys are getting motion sickness. I gotta get the dirt built up and everything. We get into spring again, to actually divert it to where it needs to go. Oh, Alicia's here too, so everybody say hi to Alicia. Are you excited for the 7930? Who says it's a 7930? I think it's a little bit bigger than that. All the technology on the planter won't pay off. There's actually been a couple locals here that have said the exact same thing. And they're going through and putting all of that stuff on their planters that won't pay off. But I'm not about to get into a debate about that. Let's see. Well, my phone's shaking just as much as, you know, it looks like, so I'm having a hard time reading what you guys are saying. You got up, what are you saying? You got up 2 hours from home feeding cows apples and 35 degrees. You know, honestly, we have actually been like mid-30s for a while here. Well, I'm not talking about the new tractor, because Ryan's got his thing going on with that, and I'm not hinting towards what it is at all. I mean, what makes you guys think it's even green? I could rattle everybody's chains up, get everybody talking if I really wanted to, but I'm not that mean. I'm just happy to be here. I mean, honestly, Dad bought it, by the way, but my big purchase was those cows that I bought. So if you guys are on my channel, Let's shift. Yeah, you guys are all on my channel. Ah, man, the wife is calling. Well, I just hung up on her, so I hope you're happy. Or she won't be happy, but it's fine. Yeah, see, the snowstorm, we were like right on the upper edge of the storm that went through. So we're getting like random flurries. But as far as any real amounts of snow, we got lucky this time. It's not like I don't want snow or anything, but if we had like 2 or 3 inches and 20s, I'd be fine. That'd be just fine for winter for me. I don't want a bunch of like 20 below zero and 3 feet of snow and having to deal with that melting off in the spring. So as far as snow runoff and everything else too, I'm thinking about finding a trencher for the skid steer and getting a little bit more aggressive with the valley. That ripper is working to break up compaction and some of the areas that are holding some mild amounts of water. But I need to get. We're gonna have to shift up a gear as far as how aggressive I'm gonna be. I need to be with getting that water to drain down the valley. The landowners way back when used to have. They actually had a guy come in and actually put in some ditches, some drainage ways that have, from many times of flooding, have just kind of filled in over the years. And I'm not looking for a ditcher. I'm looking for going through and good thing we're on the last hill. The spreader's making some noise. I'm looking at going down there with a skid steer mounted trencher and actually digging where all those low spots used to be and actually get some of that water to drain out and actually give it somewhere to actually flow, because the problems that I'm having are with the areas that the water naturally pools, and if we go long enough without any water, it dries up fine. But I need to divert the water to where it actually needs to go, rather, so it doesn't just pool up and just create a mess. So, the 4020 has been running better. We just got it back from its hospital visit. Dad drove it home yesterday, and he said it's infinitely better than what it was. It had, well, they got a new clutch, but the clutch isn't what he said was the noticeable part on it. He said that they rebuilt the steering cylinder, and he said that it has absolutely no travel in it whatsoever. So he says when you're driving down the road, you don't move your hand. He says you literally hold it straight ahead and do not move. He says that if you go to try to correct your direction at all, he said the tractor responds right now. So he said you need to be a little bit more aware of it doesn't drive like a decades old tractor right now. So that was a couple $1,000s worth doing. Corrected a few oil leaks on it, and it had a fuel leak on it. So they got that fixed. The 7600, I got this thing. Hey Trader Joe, I got the shifting lever all figured out. I knew it was an issue from many years ago, and I should have just fixed it then, but I got a few more years out of it. But the 76 shifter handle now, it works exactly how it's supposed to. It shifts like it's like glass. Like, it is so smooth. So I mean, like, you pull it back to neutral, there's none of that shifting to neutral while it's still in gear. So I mean, I was really worried there, because not putting anybody down, but when the transmission was done, it came home, we had a guy jump in it. He didn't do anything wrong whatsoever, but it did it to him because he pulled up to the fuel tank, and I was standing there to fill the tractor up, and he went and he thought it was a neutral and pulled it back to park. So I told him to stop, and it was still in gear, and it was trying to jump on him, and it was that shifting handle. That's all it was, and I was scared that it cracked the case, because that's what it'll do, is it'll actually crack the transmission housing, everything underneath the cab here. And to make that so much worse was that when it was up to get work done on it, the 76 was up to get the work done on it, there's a hydraulic hose that makes a 90-degree turn. It's got a bend in it, directly underneath, right next to the transmission, right, coincidentally, right next to where it likes to crack. And in that bend, the hose cracked. So I was losing way too much oil. You know, any is too much. I got time to talk. I'm running the web out. And, you know, minor heart attack, because I saw that. That happened in between the time where I was kind of here and I kind of wasn't back in December, so I wasn't really around 100% at that time, so I really wasn't running the 76 too much, and it had been sitting for a little while, and we got it out, we mixed up the first load of feed with it, and it was just draining oil onto the ground. It's just like, oh no. It's like kind of your worst fears confirmed. And I was able to get underneath it, and I was able to check that it was just a cracked hose, which the dealership did cover. It was one that he had off, so I don't know if they just figured that it was damaged in the process of getting work on. But I appreciated that they took care of it. So as far as the 76 goes, it's still the winter horse tractor as far as everything we do in the winter. I'm not saying anything about the new tractor. If anybody's waiting for me to say anything about the new tractor, because I already told Ryan I wasn't going to say anything about it. Full bore hay season there, mate, but weather's too hot today to cut. Fire hazard, fire danger. Well, Richard, that sounds kind of terrible. I know they have that in the U.S. out west quite a bit, but I do actually. I have a New Zealand and an Australian channel that I watch casually, and that's the big reason why I watch those channels. I think it's really neat to see what they're doing down in New Zealand and Australia, and you know, how agriculture works down there. So I don't know, if I ever did jump across one of the big ponds, that's an area I would like to go to, but actually like commit to it. I'm not a traveler by any means, but I would actually like to like 2 weeks, like actually make it a decent trip and actually go down. And I like to see agriculture down in that area. I really would. So I'm a little upset nobody's asked me about my cows, unless you did and I didn't notice it. But as far as dealing with the snow, Eric, we didn't get any flurries, but nothing really sticks. It's actually melting as fast as it's hitting the ground, and the web's taking forever. We really actually only had to push snow like twice so far this winter, but we got a long way to go yet. Trader Joe, what's the coldest temperature this winter at your place so far? 17 below. How did the cattle behave when it was so cold? The cattle did good. I mean, we had them bedded down really heavy. With the ones I brought home, I'm kind of... It's partly why we're getting so much manure out in this outside lot right now is because, I mean, I brought home, 12 of mine, but 16 total the first week, and then I went up and I actually bought 6 more. So I've been putting a lot of bedding out there so they're staying dry as best as I can, because the last thing I need is for it to get down, like they're calling for single digits next week, and have them being wet and then get cold like that. I don't need sick calves. I'm very happy to have a decent number of cows around yet. So the farms are definitely getting back up to what they should be and what they used to be. Red Angus steers for sale, shipping to Australia. I didn't get all my hay sold from the valley. Hay prices really took a hit, but the good part about that is yes, I'm getting less per ton, but my bales are actually heavier than what they were last year. So my break even is not, let me rephrase that. My break even, my price to average, at least in line with what I got for it last year, which I had good prices last year. With lighter bales but a higher price versus this year where I actually have a lower price but heavier bales, I'm still averaging about $5 a ton more than what I need to average what I got last year for them. So upping the bale size by 5 inches was definitely worth it. Gonna keep doing that going forward. So storing them outside like I did versus wrapping them, I'm probably just going to keep doing like I did, because the bales that I've made a few videos about me storing them outside, just they're wrapped 4 times and they're spaced apart. All those bales, they're the ones I've been moving right here and not selling immediately. Like if they don't sell at the sale, usually somebody will buy them after the sale or a couple days after, because I have a set price on them that I at least want, what price, and I'm at least hitting my reserves, so I'm happy. But then I am bringing up a couple of the bales that were wet or they got warm or they settled a little bit, but that's fine, because at this point I'm probably going to use all of them up and probably like maybe 15 or 20 more, because I still do, I'm burning through the feed that I brought up to the farm already. The home farm is where I got all my cows at the moment. So I got like 35 bales up here, plus I got a bunch at my place that I got to haul up yet, plus everything at the valley. So I was already sitting really good on feed before I bought these cows. And I don't have a whole lot of need to actually pull from my bales that are from the valley. Rotten bales are heavy too. It's called silage. No, if it's bales that have been sitting out that are rotten, they get that nasty black hard core in the center. And it depends on how bad it is. If it's black and disgusting, the cows won't eat it. But if it's like borderline caramelized, the cows will go through and they'll chew on it. One of the bigger things I'm doing here right now to get me through the winter is I got 2 bale feeders in for the cows right now, and I want to get a 3rd one around just to keep that much feed in front of them, so I don't ever have them really running out or running short. So you notice how quickly it is, or easy it is for me to sit and talk about cows. But we got to do our inputs for this year. I was really pushing for like almost 100% corn this year, and just rotation wise with one of my farms, it really should have been soybeans this year anyway, because it's already like 2/3 of it is going to be through the 3 years corn, and I really want to get to where it's 100% corn and beans and then just keep rotating it. So that's what it's looking like. I'm going to put it to beans, even though we all know how much I love them. If I could harvest beans and not worry about like fighting the moisture and everything on it in the fall, I'd probably be a lot more willing to do it. But corn and beans and a little bit of hay. Really no interest to raise wheat or anything else, because largely there aren't any other crops we can raise. There's been a few like over the years, that hemp and everything else, but it's not something that you're guaranteed to make money on. And I've heard plenty of people that have tried it that they are still sitting on all of their product that they made that no one is willing to buy. Hey, Germany. I just got back to the buildings. We were hauling manure, and that's it for today. We got to go out to Ryan's tomorrow and take out a couple loads out of his lot. We took out about 10 loads out of this outside lot, which is really good. I mean, good as in it's that much less I got to deal with this. Hold on here. I got to end this anyway. I'm back to the buildings. I'll upload this video as a regular video. But I'm still here. I'm working. So thanks for everybody for tuning into the live stream. I'll try to do another one later. I'm not doing one tonight, but I've been wanting to do a live stream at home one of these nights. It's just busy. So with that, I gotta give Brittany a call back. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, I do believe I got a video posted for tonight, so I do have a video coming out if you guys are interested. Later.